Thankfully, there is so much conversation that happens around abandonment wounds and the issues that come from those wounds and how we can help ourselves heal from all of that. I'm somebody who has had massive and deep abandonment wounds, and this has governed my life in some really unhealthy ways. Yes, that was survival. Yes, it could have been coping mechanisms, but it wasn't healthy. But there's another thing, another kind of wound that I don't know why we don't talk about or take cognizance of, acknowledge that, which also governs and affects the quality of our life, of our relationship massively. I am talking about exclusion wound. You're not abandoned really, but you're also not included. And for a lot of people, I know that it starts at a young, early age. And sadly, exclusion is normalized. It's okay for somebody to not do that for yourself. And yes, that's true. It's okay for somebody to not include us or anybody else. But how it is done and what impact it has on people, we normalize that also. In fact, we never even talk about it. Do you remember times something like this? बचपन में कभी हुआ होगा that you went out to play and there are some kids who said we don't want you to play with us और हमें तुम्हारे साथ नहीं खेलना. That moment when you feel like you feel so exposed and you feel like you're just standing all alone and there is no one with you and everybody else is playing in a group or something, it has an impact, and especially at a young age, because वो आपकी impressionable age होती है, वहाँ पे imprints हो रहे होते हैं आपको. This has happened to me, and the first one incident that I remember is I was really young and there was a bunch of kids that I used to play with in school, and there was this one particular girl who thought that I'm trying to act very smart, and so one day, I don't know what happened, she probably collected everybody and I don't know what she said, but she came to me in the classroom and she said, we don't want you to play with us anymore, we don't like you. My God, I still remember how I felt. My head was bowed down and I felt like there is something wrong with me. I have done something wrong for people to not include me. Of course, I didn't have the mechanism or the tools or the understanding to make out what really is happening right now or all these things, or even what's happening within me. But incidents like that where I was excluded happened later on also, and it kind of kept reinforcing, kept deepening the wound and reinforcing certain beliefs about myself, and they can be really damaging and unhealthy individually. And then from those unhealthy belief system and from those deep wounds, you all start to operate in your relationships also, and it affects the quality of that also. You are never fully present with yourself, और आप नहीं अपने रिश्तों में fully present हो पाते हैं. We never, जब किसी बच्चे के साथ ये होता है, so we try to distract the kid and we try to normalize it. We never ask how are you feeling in this moment. There is no clarity that is brought, there is no understanding that is being brought in, and then there is no reinforcement of their inherent value and worth that is also being brought in those conversations, because we just shrug it, we shove it under the carpet and we think this is not a big deal. इससे क्या परेशानी हो सकती है किसी को भी. लेकिन exclusion wounds किस तरीके का असर कर सकते हैं आपको. If you have been excluded and it has impacted you, I'm not saying everybody would probably be impacted, but there are people who have been impacted. What can it tell you? The fact that you're not included. It can tell you that you're not worthy. It can tell you that you don't have value. It can tell you that you're not interesting enough, you are not cool enough. And also the tagline of it all is that why would anybody want to be with me? Why would anybody want my company? And this belief, when it cements, it governs our actions in such unhealthy ways that even when somebody shows up and they value you just because you are you, or who you are, your personality, your authenticity, they just find it interesting, they think it's cool, you continue to look at it with suspicion and doubt. And it's not so much about the other person, it's about yourself, because you feel like this is all a lie, this can't be true. Because I have evidence from the past जहां मैंने ये महसूस किया कि मेरे साथ कोई क्यों टाइम स्पेंड करेगा या मेरे साथ मुझे कोई क्यों इंक्लूड करना चाहेगा. आई एम नॉट दैट पर्सन वेयर somebody would want me or want me in a particular kind of context. और ये आपकी रोमांटिक रिलेशनशिप, प्लेटोनिक रिलेशनशिप, सब तरह की रिलेशनशिप को अफेक्ट करता है बिकॉज आप इस बिलीफ सिस्टम के साथ जी रहे होते हैं. Why would somebody want me? I think it's very important कि हम इस कॉन्वर्सेशन को आगे लेकर जाएं. इनफैक्ट ये कॉन्वर्सेशन इनिशिएट करें. जब आपको इंक्लूड नहीं किया जाता है, ये क्या इम्पैक्ट डालता है आपके ऊपर, इससे किस तरीके का बिलीफ सिस्टम फॉर्म हो रहा है, इससे किस तरह के पैटर्न्स आपके फॉर्म हो रहे हैं, और ये किस तरीके से गवर्न कर रहा है आपकी चॉइसेस को, आपके एक्शंस को इन ऑल सॉर्ट्स ऑफ रिलेशनशिप एंड प्राइमरीली योर रिलेशनशिप विद yourself. So if you're somebody who's unfortunately gone through things like this, has exclusion wounds, और ये जरूरी नहीं है कि आपके बचपन में, it can happen into your adulthood also, but if you are not somebody who has cultivated or who has provided enough emotional, mental, spiritual tools to understand what's happening and then transmute it into something for yourself and make you realize that you inherently are worthy, you inherently have value, and you don't have to go out there and just spend your entire life proving to yourself and to other people that, hey, let's look at me, I am cool enough, I should be included because I bring this value or I do this. So you don't have to tailor make yourself the rest of your life proving a point like this. If it was not provided to you, maybe begin now. Ask yourself, when that happened, that incident happened, how did you feel? What did you think about yourself? And if it kept getting reinforced, what is the belief system that it formed? How did you start showing up in your relationship? How did you started showing up for yourself? And now who you are and how it has shaped you. That will give you a lot of understanding in the damage that it has caused, and that is step one where your healing can begin. The acknowledgement is the first step where your healing starts to begin. I will bring in more videos about this where we talk about how to heal this and how to reverse any effects that this has had. Till then, I hope you do this exercise that I just talked about. It has helped me. I hope this helps you, and see you very soon.